Peace, peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now, I wanna share this. Got this on the camera. But been having this crystal for a nice little while. I got this from my brethren. Matter of fact, in a little package that he got, we got a lot of raw crystals from Madagascar. Matter of fact, for those of y'all who deal with my my jewelry, you remember that at one time I did have some Madagascarian or Madagascar green opal, at the time. But again, that's when I was by my brethren crib, and I had this one too, and I was always trying to figure out, like, and I could see that, that little kind of look it has kind of seemed like a natural moonstone vibe, but I was like, but not quite, because it seemed like it got inclusions in it, but it got like this creamy off-white brownish color. So, and the reason why I'm sharing this crystal too is, again, not only is it in alignment with me working with it and sharing about what it does, but also it was synchronicity on me coming to the information, because I was just like, bro, I want to find out what this crystal was. And like, soon as I went into the bookstore, the first book I opened, and I went to just thumbing through it, and I saw a picture of it said graphic smoky quartz and feldspar. Now this may be called graphic, like graphic, graphic smoky quartz in feldspar, Feldspar. Feldspar is a family of crystals. They basically mostly sodium and aluminum base. And sometimes I have potassium in it. The popular feldspars that most people know of is labradorite, moonstone, and sunstone. Those are all from the feldspar family. And speaking of that, like with identifying crystals, reason why I was like, man, this got to be like some type of moonstone or something, because I'm familiar that like when aluminum is present in a crystal, it has like when you move it and like you're looking at it and you're kind of moving at different angles, it has like a certain shimmer, because like ruby is like that. Ruby, as even though it doesn't necessarily have like an iridescence like a labradorite or these things, because of that aluminum, like when you move it, it does have like a little, those shoes, like that gray reflective color that they used to put on shoes, and whenever you shine a light on it, it like be bright, like on a reflector vibe, but it was gray. Like it's kind of like that effect, cause that's kind of how my ruby is. It's like, I know you won't be able to see it good, but like it has like a like that type of metallic reflective vibe to it, and in most cases that speak to aluminum being present in a crystal. Now, aluminum, just to right quick, aluminum promotes alkaline metabolic processes, and it helps with dealing with the over acidic energies within the body, so it helps to balance that out. It helps to decrease excessive acid formation in the stomach. It supports the absorption of iron in the intestines and normalizes the conductivity in the nerves. In this way, it helps with symptoms of weakness, slow down perception, and even with paralysis. And also, what's very synchronistic with me working with this crystal is I just came across a video with Joel Benjamin, Brother Honk, Ross Ben, and another brethren. I can't recall his name because his name is kind of new. That's my first time kind of hearing of him. But they, bringing up the aspects of the 5G network and how that's affected us. Now, asterisk by that, remember, y'all, we can't be getting caught up in like overly like, oh, 5G, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, like, as a balance, we have some type of awareness, and that's why I always speak to the importance of like where, uh, some people not paying attention to all this bullshit that's going on in this realm, you know what I'm saying, in essence, because they meant to hold a certain space, because again, if we create with our minds and our subconscious, somebody that's holding a space of like bliss and holding space where they viewing a beautiful realm, you know what I'm saying, on a level where, say for instance, not paying attention to the 5G, Donald Trumps and this and that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and again, not saying stick your head in the ground. I'm just saying to each his own on, you know, different people and their growth and how they dealing with their you know, their sole purpose within this lifetime. But again, just something that, you know, that little birdie whispered in my ear of just, you know, just how important, especially for the divine feminine energy, to not have to always be paying attention to a lot of bullshit in this realm, you know, because they have a strong manifestation energy, you know. So if we got our queens constantly looking at bullshit or worrying about some you know, this logical, you know, BS that's out there, that constantly gonna kind of keep it in the loop, you know, too. You know, facts as far as energy is concerned. Again, not telling nobody to ignore anything. Just speaking on the facts of how the energy moves, especially through the, you know, through the queens and the melanated energy. You know, as far as the carbon energy has a strong manifestation ability. You know, it's not saying nobody, oh, that person better than this, but we in a dream realm, in a matrix. Some of our dream bodies has this thing called melanin in a high concentration of it. You know, and dealing with it within this dream realm, it has certain capabilities. Not to take it to an egotistical place. Anyway, because again, everything is about, you know, balance. I'm not gonna be aware of something that's, you know, relevant to what I'm dealing with, uh, just because somebody feels some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, facts are facts, truth is truth. But again, it's all, again, within the constructs of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, we're gonna make this game. Like, say for instance, game creators, we're gonna create a game. It's gonna be in this area. It's gonna look like this, and we're gonna say we're gonna call the beings humans, and we're gonna make them this color. Hey, let's put a grocery store right here, and let's put a, you know, like playing Sims, you know, but from a God level, you know, in essence. You know, that's why they create these games like that. But definitely just want to speak on that vibe. But again, reason why I brought that up, because of the synchronicity with the aluminum, with Ross Ben bringing up that basically right now, great crystals to work with would be crystals from the Feldspar family, you know, because again, like that 5G energy, possibly like throwing people energies off, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as might find yourself like not being able to focus as much and just being more airheady and, you know, like just more spontaneous and compulsive, but in a non-beneficial way, you know, like you reading a book but can't really hold your attention because the first thing that pop up will take your attention away from it, you know, like these certain things are, you know, is what some of us may be experiencing, you know. So again, the feldspar crystals will help with that. And again, aluminum has a very calming effect on the nervousness, fears, and feelings of guilt. A typical indicator is a feeling of impending madness. Aluminum encourages the facility to express feelings. Right now we're going through this full moon in Scorpio, and to release behavioral patterns of holding on to things and holding back. You know, it also stimulates a desire for change and alteration. You know, because that's important, change and alteration. Like, oh, I need to alter the way I deal with these computers and cell phones so much. Or, you know, like, matter of fact, getting the pieces of shungite, you know, too. Gotta bring all this into the video. Again, we're still talking about graphic feldspar, but, you know, bringing it all. Matter of fact, smoky quartz help as well, which smoky quartz is in the graphic smoky quartz and feldspar. Graphic feldspar is what some people may call it, you know. Again, you know, the shungite, always having the shungite present, you know. You could either put it on your cell phone or, I mean, on whatever electronic you got, or just have it present in and around, you know, like drinking the water, drinking shungite water, have a piece of shungite around your neck or whatever, you know. Again. And last aspect of aluminum, it on the spiritual level, aluminum can help with loss of identity, finding out again who we really are and what our task is in life. You know, because a lot of us, you know, trying to remember, get the members back together, these soul fragments back together within our being, so we could remember, like, oh shit, that's what I came down here for in this lifetime, and this is who I am. You know, I'm this being or this energy or this God or you know, whatever the case may be, whatever, you know, is relevant to your experience, you know. It encourages a sense of reality, soberness, and alertness at any given time, or any given moment, I should say. Aluminum aids the recognition of the seductions of modern life as the illusions they are, and helps us to deal with them. So you also got that aspect as well. And then let's see, also you got sodium within it too. So sodium regulates the, and I spoke on this and again in my video about satellite and Aquarius and sodium regulates the water metabolism. It helps store water in the body and thus controls the osmotic pressure in the cells and body fluids. In this way, it increases blood pressure, stimulates the metabolic processes in the circulation, and eliminates dizziness and vertigo. Sodium stimulates function of the kidneys, therefore balancing the acid-alkali balance within the body for the metabolism. And together with potassium, which moonstone basically has potassium in it, as well as sodium. So together with potassium, it ensures the correct stimulation of muscles and nerves. So moonstone will help with the muscles and nerves due to its connection with potassium and sodium. Sodium provides structure. It binds free energy and fixed goals in regular processes in an inner order. So basically, it takes energy and kind of helps it to focus, in regular processes in order, you know what I'm saying, like a certain structure into the process. Sodium helps us not to squander our own potential and inner strength. It helps us to channel it properly. So it helps for us to channel our inner strength properly. It helps us to grasp situations, conclusions, and inner pictures, and helps us to preserve them, and when we say preserve them in that sense to, certain inner pictures or situations that, we need to, grasp and really understand, it helps us to preserve that inner picture so you could, deal with that aspect, or learn from it. And when we say mental picture, again, we're not overly thinking of things of that nature. It's not saying it promotes that. And sodium also promotes a sense of tradition, constancy, and steadfastness. And again, sodium is in satellite. Satellite is called satellite because of the sodium content and balancing emotions. And again, we got a full moon in Scorpio coming. So now for the Feldspar, graphic Feldspar properties. It helps for grounding and being balanced in the physical incarnation, which is very key right now. Of course, we know that this realm is temporary, this realm is fake, this realm is a matrix. But while passing through, being grounded in our incarnation, dealing with our soul purpose within this physical realm. It helps to open metaphysical abilities and help cleanse and open all chakras, because matter of fact, when our chakras are open and cleansed, we're able to operate at a high level metaphysically as well, so they kind of correlate with each other. Now they have 3 unique aspects about this crystal, and I say, unique, as far as like things that other crystals may not be, strongly tapped into in essence, but this crystal keeps you grounded in the here and now while exploring past lives and multi-dimensions. So, while we tapping into these multi-dimensions and past lives, which a lot of us are doing right now, you know what I'm saying? It helps for us to be grounded in the here and now, and I keep it real, like, this crystal is like, again, it was synchronicity for me to even come across it, because, as I've been dealing with, tapping into these different realms, sometimes as you, tapping into these realms, you gotta also have the awareness to not get too lost in them and stay in the moment, because, like at the end of the day, I'm right here, right now. But, of course, though, these certain aspects of our past lives help us to remember what we are incarnated in this lifetime to be doing right now, So it helps for you to stay in the here and now while exploring the past lives of multi-dimensions. It is also very useful, another aspect is very useful for traveling unseen through the lower shamanic realms, helping you to conceal, now this is the aspect, it helps you to conceal your true objectives, cloaking your activities at every level. However, it must be used with integrity, or it will, come back at you. You know what I'm saying? So again, it does cloak your activities on all levels, but don't be being unrighteous with whatever energy. Like, let you be cloaking some energy for some righteousness and what's you know what's beneficial to this realm in this moment, and not be cloaking your energy for some bullshit. Because it's gonna come back around on you. So again, it is very useful for traveling, unseen through the lower shamanic realms, where you're traveling through certain realms and certain beings, won't be able to see you. Because matter of fact, from a quote from matter of fact, I think the brethren Prince Manzani on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken, but he had a post about this. You attract damaged people when you have a healing spirit. Be careful with that. Darkness is drawn to your light, you know, and everybody not looking for healing, you know what I'm saying? So again, you attract damaged people when you have a healing spirit. So be careful with that, because again, darkness is drawn to your light. Everybody not looking for healing. And this doesn't mean to fearmonger yourself, like, oh shit, everybody out. No, just having awareness, you know what I'm saying? Again, that's why it's about our heart's discernment, so we don't constantly be fearmongering ourselves and our thoughts about, I wonder this and that, or this person look a certain way. This and not about looks. It's heart's discernment. What do you feel when this person is in your energy field? Do you feel like you should walk away? Do you feel like you should continue a conversation? Do you feel like you should stop it? Do you feel like, you're gonna feel something from your heart, you know what I'm saying, coming very strongly. But again, this crystal helping for you to move unseen through the lower shamanic realms. So as you're doing a lot of this work, a lot of these beings won't see that light and be like, oh shit, chase down the light, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of helps with that aspect. And like I said, kind of is very helpful. Like I said, basically, it really said it's extremely useful for this aspect. And I found that to be something unique. It promotes a more creative way to your approach with your goals. So when we say goals, we're not trying to get lost in the sauce of goal setting and this and that. Because again, if anything should be a goal, the goal is to be, and be in the moment blissfully, pleasurably, without stressing or, dealing with nothing outside of bliss and feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we transitioning into that aspect of being. It also instills a strong, infinite peace during physical or emotional trauma. And again, we got this full moon in Scorpio, so we're going to be dealing with a lot of emotions, and things of this nature coming up. Also helps with overcoming tragedies and things. So, like, tragic situation, and quote-unquote tragic situations, because again, everything is, this in this dream realm, in this matrix, we call it tragic from the perspective of tragic being this round, but it is what it is. Everything is what it is. It's a situation that is meant to be experienced, whether it's called tragic or beautiful or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But again, this crystal helps to overcome the tragic energies. Also, this crystal is very useful for learning to trust people again, helping you to lower your psychological barriers. Some of us may, like, I remember I went through a vibe of like being in Venice, and certain people who look a certain way was coming at me in a way that wasn't in alignment with my inner being. So but what it did though, having to stay balanced, you could be thrown off, because then you'll go to looking at, say for instance, like if there's a certain person that's fucking with you and they look a certain way, then you're gonna, like, if you're not consciously aware to not pull yourself into making assumptions or judging a person by their bodysuit, like, well, whenever you see a person that has a bodysuit that looks like these people who've been coming at you a certain way, you're gonna kind of have like a little vibe of like, bro, like not wanting to fuck and again, well, you're not even following your heart well, more so you're being judgmental on the eye level, and again, that's bringing your heart chakra down by being judgmental from a, like, everything is a reflection. Like the external realm is a reflection of the internal realm. Any experiences or beings that you deal with, it, no matter how they look and how they came at you, has to deal with something going on inside of you. So it's not to get lost in the sauce of hating nobody or letting your heart weigh heavier than a feather. You know, it's like you gotta again transmute that energy, and let that heaviness go. So again, very useful for helping to trust people again, because if you lack in trust, it's basically like a fear energy. We don't want to be fearing anything moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Also, it uniquely helps to find lost objects, which is pretty cool. So helping to find, if you lost certain things of this nature. It supports the structure in the body, especially the spinal alignment. And that smoky quartz helps deals with, the bones and the lower back, like people that have lower back issues and arthritis, especially amber too, dealing with pain and arthritis, things of this nature. The smoky quartz with the lower back aspect too. And graphic feldspar also helps to overcome low self-esteem and promote self-confidence and emotional stability. Again, stability with the emotions. It got sodium in it, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of stabilizes the emotions. But that's basically it, And again, working with the feldspars right now in general would be a very great idea, And again, labradorite, moonstone, and sunstone, to name a few. And moonstone, it could be black moonstone. I think even lavarkite, or what they may call black moonstone. Again, rainbow moonstone and regular moonstone, but that's all feldspar family. So, it'd be a great idea to work with those crystals right now. But that's it. And stop. Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrator course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past.